Something about this week didn't feel normal. At first, it looked like just another round of celebrity appearances, cameras flashing, fans cheering, headlines rolling in. But then Kate Middleton stepped out in a striking all-green look for St. Patrick's Day, and suddenly, everyone started paying closer attention. It wasn't just the outfit. It wasn't just the event. Fans online couldn't stop talking about her energy, her confidence, even the way she carried herself. Some called it a glow-up. Others said something felt different, almost intentional, and while that moment was quietly taking over headlines in England, something just as interesting was unfolding across the ocean, because in Texas, Steve Carell was making waves at South by Southwest, and not in the way you'd expect. At the same time, low-key sightings in New York, unexpected pairings, and subtle moments between A-listers were starting to connect in a way no one saw coming. Individually, these moments seem random, but when you start putting the pieces together, it begins to look like something much bigger is going on. All eyes were on Kate Middleton the moment she arrived at the Irish Guard's St. Patrick's Day parade, but it wasn't just another royal appearance. Dressed head to toe in bold green, she instantly stood out, not just because of tradition, but because of the way she carried it. The confidence, the poise, even the subtle smiles. Fans couldn't help but notice that something felt different this time. Social media picked it up almost immediately. Clips started circulating. Close-ups were analyzed. And people began pointing out the small details, the way she interacted with the guards, the calm but commanding presence, the almost effortless energy she brought to the entire event. Some fans even suggested this might be one of her strongest public appearances in a long time. Others went further, saying it felt like a quiet statement, though what that statement is, depends on who you ask. There's also been ongoing conversation online over the past few years about how carefully royal appearances are planned. And moments like this only fuel that curiosity. Was this just tradition playing out as usual, or was there a deeper intention behind the timing, the look, and the presence? Either way, one thing is clear: this wasn't a moment people scrolled past. It was a moment people stopped for. But while royal watchers were locked in on every detail in England, something very different was unfolding thousands of miles away, and it had the internet talking for completely different reasons. Back in New York, the vibe was completely different. No massive stages, no flashing festival lights, just quiet, almost unnoticed moments that somehow still caught attention. Sarah Michelle Gellar was spotted out in the city, keeping things low-key. No big announcement, no red carpet, just a casual appearance. But strangely, that's exactly what got people talking, because in a world where celebrities are constantly in front of cameras, these quieter sightings tend to stand out even more. Fans started sharing photos, commenting on how natural she looked, how relaxed the moment felt, and how rare it is to see something so unfiltered. It's moments like these that spark a different kind of curiosity. No script, no obvious purpose, just a glimpse into a celebrity's everyday life. And yet, somehow, it still trends. Some fans even pointed out how these low-profile appearances often happen between bigger public moments. Almost like a reset, or a way to stay visible without making it feel forced. Of course, there's no confirmation of anything deeper going on. But in today's media cycle, even the most casual outing can turn into a conversation, and while New York was offering these subtle, almost quiet glimpses, not every appearance that week was so understated, because on Broadway, the energy shifted once again, and this time, it came with a lot more presence than over on Broadway. The energy changed completely. It wasn't quiet, and it definitely wasn't subtle. Taraji P. Henson stepped into the spotlight during a press event for Joe Turner's Come and Gone, and from the moment she appeared, all eyes were on her. Standing legendary director Debbie Allen, the chemistry between them was impossible to ignore. There was a confidence in the room, a kind of presence that didn't need to be loud to be felt. The smiles, the body language, even the way they interacted, fans quickly picked up on it. Clips and photos started circulating, with people praising Taraji's energy and calling the moment powerful and refreshing. But at the same time, it also sparked curiosity, because whenever an actor shows up like this, composed, glowing, and completely in control, people start asking questions. What's next? Is something bigger coming? Is this the start of a new chapter? Nothing has been officially confirmed, of course. But that hasn't stopped fans from speculating. Some believe this could signal a major move in her career, while others think it's simply a moment of celebration in an already successful journey. Either way, it didn't go unnoticed, and it definitely didn't feel random, because when you step back and look at everything happening this week, from royal appearances to Hollywood events to Broadway spotlights, a pattern slowly starts to form. When you zoom out for a second, all of these moments start to feel connected. A royal appearance that dominates headlines. A festival clip that suddenly goes viral. A quiet street sighting that somehow trends. and a Broadway moment that sparks curiosity about what's next. On their own, each of these feels random. But together, they tell a different story, because whether it's Kate Middleton stepping out in a carefully chosen look, Steve Carell appearing at a major public event, or Taraji P. Henson commanding attention on Broadway, there's one thing they all have in common: visibility. In today's world, staying relevant isn't just about big projects anymore. It's about being seen at the right time, in the right place, with just enough mystery to keep people talking. And more importantly, it's about controlling how those moments are perceived. Fans have started noticing this pattern more than ever. The timing of appearances. The balance between high-profile events and low-key outings. The way certain clips go viral while others quietly fade away. Of course, none of this is officially confirmed as a strategy. But the consistency is hard to ignore. It's almost like there's an unspoken rhythm, a cycle where celebrities reappear just enough to stay in the spotlight, without ever fully overexposing themselves, and when multiple stars across completely different spaces seem to follow that same rhythm, it raises a bigger question: is this all just coincidence, or is there something much more calculated happening behind the scenes? And this is where things start to get a little more interesting, because the internet hasn't stayed quiet about any of it. Across platforms, fans have been connecting the dots. Not in a definitive way, but enough to spark real conversation. Some are pointing out how closely timed these appearances feel. Others are questioning why certain moments suddenly gain traction while others don't. There's been a lot of buzz online suggesting that these public outings might not be as random as they seem. That maybe, just maybe, there's a level of planning behind when and how these celebrities show up. From Kate Middleton's perfectly timed appearance to Steve Carell trending from a few short clips, it's enough to make people wonder. At the same time, not everyone is convinced. Some fans believe this is simply how the media works now: fast, reactive, and driven by whatever grabs attention in the moment. No strategy, no deeper meaning, just timing and luck. But then again, others aren't so sure, because when you see a quiet sighting from Sarah Michelle Gellar turn into a trending topic, or a Broadway appearance from Taraji P. Henson spark speculation about future moves, it starts to feel like more than coincidence. Of course, there's no official confirmation behind any of these ideas. This is all based on what people are noticing, what they're sharing, and what they're questioning, and maybe that's the most interesting part of all, because whether it's planned or not, it's working. People are watching, people are talking, and the conversation just keeps getting bigger, leading to one final question that's hard to ignore. Here's why a video built around these moments is destined to perform better than a standard celeb spotted this week clip. First, it's not just reporting appearances, it's telling a story. By connecting Kate Middleton, Steve Carell, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Taraji P. Henson, the video creates a thread that viewers can follow. People don't just scroll past, they want to see how these seemingly unrelated events fit together. Second, curiosity loops are built into every section. Each moment teases the next: the glow of a royal appearance, the awkward yet viral South by Southwest clips, low-key NYC sightings, and Broadway energy, all leading viewers through the story without feeling repetitive. Short, punchy sentences keep the pace fast, while subtle speculation keeps the mind engaged, encouraging comments, shares, and debates. Third, it taps into multiple audience groups at once. Royal watchers, Hollywood fans, Broadway enthusiasts, and social media observers all find something to latch onto. That means a wider reach and higher engagement, especially when combined with the intrigue of timing, strategy, and hidden patterns. Finally, the script frames speculation responsibly. Rumors and observations are presented as what fans are saying or online buzz suggests, which keeps the video clickable and exciting without breaking YouTube's guidelines. The balance of facts, observations, and curiosity keeps retention high. Viewers feel informed, entertained, and part of the conversation.